Good morning. It's been a good week for us. 1 game week means we get some time to recover and get treatment and get our bodies right, but also some good practice time in a long week. So excited for the opportunity on Sunday to go out and just continue to get better against a very different style of team than we've seen so far this year, but definitely a chance for us to implement a game plan, see how well our players execute, and just continue to get better.
And your signing class, at least one service has all of them rated as 4 stars. Can you just tell us about how they came together? I know, like Michaela, you had recruited her before, but the other 3, how that came together?
Yeah, actually recruited before as well. We're so excited about this class. This is a really, really good, solid first class to bring in. I think it's really impressive, and our staff did a really, really, really good job. When we finished putting this team together to be able to compete this season out of the portal, it was immediately on to 2026s, and we were really far behind. You know, these are 2026s. All 4 of these guys have been recruited for 2, 3, 4 years by previous institutions, and we just get here in April and try to start talking to them, you know? So, and actually probably didn't even start talking to them until June or July, you know? So, the fact that we got to build those relationships as quickly as we did with the caliber of players that we did, I'm so thankful for our staff and their hard work and just all coming together and being able to sign, as many top 100 kids as we did is super impressive. I know staffs at Power 4 schools that don't even get top 100 kids on campus to visit within their first couple years of being, a new staff. So the fact that we got 4 of them signed is just a testament to how hard we've been working and recruiting. But have a previous relationship with Michaela. I was her first Division I offer at Buffalo. She came to our team camp. I mean, she was this big, and I was her first D1 offer. And then I have known, we recruited her very, very, very hard at Buffalo as well. We always wanted to recruit those cusp kids where we were like, okay, we want to recruit these players that have potential to go P4, but if they don't, we want them to slip down to us at Buffalo. And then she just got better and better and better. We knew we weren't going to get her. So, but those previous relationships really helped seal the deal here at Arizona. And Jaslene's one of the best players in the state of Florida, which says a lot because that's a jam-packed state full of talent. And then Callie, a 6'6" post that had 27 offers, and everybody in the Big 12 wanted her, and to decide to stay home was a really cool thing. So I'm ecstatic about our class, and it's just something to be excited about moving forward to the future. And then you add some transfers in the portal come April and May of this year, and I think we're going to be looking pretty good.
Is Callie or anyone able to enroll mid-year?
Callie is enrolling mid-year. Yeah, so Callie will be here. Don't know the exact date. We'll have to get her exact move-in date. She has to graduate, go through all of her kind of paperwork and NCAA protocols before she's able to officially be here. But from a scholarship standpoint, we do have room to bring her early. She will be graduating early, so to get her here, and especially as a post player, she needs to get stronger. She needs to get in our system and live in the weight room and just be immersed in our player development system. And so it's going to be really, really good for her to spend a semester with us before her teammates come in June and join her. If I can go back and do it, I would enroll early in college. I mean, we're not using her eligibility. She's getting here. She's getting feet on the ground. She's getting comfortable. She's getting strong. She's getting familiar. And I think that's best case scenario. So she'll be here in just a few weeks.
So that's a redshirt situation. Then for her, you wouldn't.
I don't know exactly what you would call an early. Yeah, I guess it would be.
You're not playing her.
No, we will not play her. Nope, we will not play her this year. No.
I've seen a lot of this in volleyball, and Rita talks about how just getting into classes and having to juggle all that is important. What do you see as far as that in bringing players in early?
I think that's going to be another thing, to be able to have her in the weight room, to be able to have her at practice, player development, but get the college, she's coming in like the rest of them did in June, and to start this semester where she's going to be a little bit homesick, figuring out how to live on her own. Let's get all those things out of the way right now, so then when she arrives back here in June with the rest of her teammates, she almost feels like a sophomore in a sense. But yeah, there's a lot to adjust to. How to cook on your own, where you're eating, what you're doing, your schedule, just being a self-sufficient young woman, and I'm excited to help her through that.
You had commented after the last game that you felt like you had improved each game, even starting from the first exhibition game. But when you look back at the Irvine performance, is there an area or two where you're like, we need to shore that up, but we need to improve on that.
Yeah, I think there will be every single game we play this year. There's always a couple areas where you're like, we need to, improve on this, get a little bit better. I think our sense of urgency, getting into our sets, me being able to call things on the fly and then kind of pick up on what I'm putting down is something that we're building chemistry, players, coaches, and then I think just a little bit of defensive slippage here and there. I think I saw in that game, and I obviously we're just going to continue to be a work in progress on the boards in the physical categories, just because we're a little bit smaller, and that's going to be something that we have to just continue to take a ton of pride in, including this weekend.
Yeah, specifically, Becky, with your bigs, where do you want to see them improve in the rebounding aspect?
I've been really happy with Nora and Denaya, just kind of separating themselves, I think, over the last week and a half in terms of just being solid rotation of two for us. We need Addie to step up and show us what she's capable of. We need a Chol, obviously. These non-conference games are tough for a Chol because it's a hard defensive matchup for her. As much as you think you could probably use her on the offensive end against some of these mid-major teams, it's a really, really hard defensive matchup for her. And I'm a defensive coach, so it's hard for me to put her in some of these games where they're playing almost like five guards at times. But as a committee, as a group, been proud of Nora and Denaya for separating themselves, and I want to continue to give Achol and Addie an opportunity and Freddie to see, what we can get out of those guys as well.
Pong has struggled with her shot early. What are you seeing there? Is this shot selection correct? What you want to see from her, and maybe just not shots that are going in right now?
No, I don't think it's been a shot selection thing at all. I think it's just been a confidence thing and not knowing when to shoot it, when not to shoot it. She's so point guard minded and facilitator minded that I think sometimes she forgets about herself. And I had that conversation straight up with her. We need you to score the basketball this year. Maybe next year it could be a different situation for you. We brought you here to score. You're going to make everybody else around you better inevitably, but you have to score the ball for us this year. So just pumping her up, continuing to build that confidence. She's been taking good shots. She's been missing layups. She knows she's got to work on that. She's been taking good ones, and so I'm okay with it, and we'll work with her through that.
She's had a little bit of problem with fouls.
Yeah.
So what does she need to do in that area?
Just stay less emotional about it, because I think then that leads to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 for her. I think she gets so far in her head and she starts overthinking the defensive end of the floor. Well, then you start fouling more. So I think just you pick up that first one, adjust to how the game is being called, which we saw in our last game. But she's had foul issues in the other games as well, where it wasn't being called quite as tightly. So I think just pick up one and then make your adjustments that you need to, be mature about it, and not get overly in your head about the next foul, because I think that's what's leading to 2, 3, 4 is she's overthinking from that point forward. But we need her on the floor, so I need her to get better at that.
Team-wide, do you think that the fouls in the last game were a product of just the way the game was being officiated, or do you feel like your players could move their feet better or position themselves better to avoid them?
I think it was a combination of both. I think it was both ways though. It was just such a ticky-tack game. I would have, it was against us, but it was also for us, so it was like I would turn to the bench at times and just say, I'd rather him just not call any of these for us or against us. I'd rather just have there be a better flow to the game. But it was a little bit of both. There were times when I went back and looked at all the calls where, that one was on us, or that was just, just ticky-tack. So I think it was a combination of both.
One of the other traits of your recruiting class looks like size.
Yeah.
Was that a priority for you?
Yes, we're going to get bigger, we're going to get longer, we're going to get more athletic, whether that's the recruiting class that we just signed, which we addressed all those things, but us also in the portal as well. I mean, those are non-negotiables for us. We need length on the perimeter, we need length in the interior, we need athleticism. You got to look the part at this level, and I think we're going to make up for it in other areas this year just by not having 6'1" on 6'2" on the perimeter. But we got to get to that point, and that's what our first recruiting class is for. Do
you envision Tanyelle being a bigger part of the rotation in this upcoming game?
It's all up to her. I'd love for her to be. I think we're definitely going to need her this year. So when you talk about a little bit more length and athleticism on the perimeter, she provides that. But she also has a lot of areas that she needs to continue to improve on as well.
Hannah Hidalgo had 16 steals in a game last night, which if I read that right, it's like it's never been done like an NBA or the W. What do you make of that?
Yeah, she's just got tremendous feel. I just think about what she said, it was like, I've always been the smallest one on the court, so I've got to really be savvy, and I've really got to use like my instincts and my speed, and it just makes me think of a player like Lonnie, you know, those players that have the level of competitiveness that Hannah has is like the level of competitiveness that Lonnie has. And, you know, I think they're just so small in stature that they have to have those, like, they have to have that grittiness about them. And the ones that do, like, they're really special because, like, her speed, her toughness, her feel, all of those things just remind me of some of those characteristics that Lonnie has as well. But it's incredibly impressive.
When you went back and looked at the Irvine game, what did you just like about the way Lonnie facilitated to get the 12 assists?
I didn't teach her any of that. I mean, that's God-given ability and feel and just some of her passes are just absolutely incredible. That's all the stuff I saw last year at Buffalo that made me sign her here is like I'm seeing things in practice and in games that you don't see looking at a stat sheet when I sign a player. You know, like I knew the intangibles and just her ability to make everybody around her better is incredible. I mean, she's throwing passes. I mean, we have Michelle Marciniak on our staff, one of the best point guards that's ever played the game, and she's being wowed by some of these passes Lonnie's making. So, you know, she's just super gifted. We're thankful. Yeah.
What have you seen out of Grambling when you've looked at them?
A team that wants to play extremely fast. I mean, their goal is to get 100 shots a game. They got dang near close in like 2 of their 4 games so far this year. They want to take really quick shots. If they miss it, they're just going to go chase it down and go get it and put it back. They're going to press you the entire game. I mean, if we turn it into a game where we're playing their style, that doesn't go to our favor. We need to stay within what we do. We need to play at our own pace. We need to make sure that we're guarding them and holding them and limiting them to one opportunity. You know, so our discipline has to outweigh their kind of helter-skelter, speed you up type of style.
And MJ, her rebounding from, how important has that been since you play a smaller team?
Yeah, MJ's been she's been critical. I mean, she's our biggest guard, our most physical guard. That has the ability to keep somebody in front on the perimeter and then also bang in the post and not get posted by some of the bigger guards that we've been playing. And she's going to be a really, really big piece just from a versatility standpoint because we don't have anybody her size. That's where we're getting to. You know, we're getting to the point where all of our guards look like her, but she's just been really, really important from a physicality standpoint on the perimeter. She's not our quickest laterally. She's not our quickest, you know, up and down, but she's able to keep people in front the way that we need her to, but she's also able to be really, really physical and rebound the ball and box out at a high level, guard the other team's bigger guards. So it's been nice to have her on the floor as much as we have.
I'm assuming that most of the schedule was done by the time you got here. Did you have any input on it whatsoever, and did you try to get an away game or a neutral site game or something so you at least have that experience before Big 12?
Yeah, I had a little bit of input. A lot of it was done, but I really wanted to do what I felt was best for our team and with as little knowledge as we had about our team. It's your job in the non-conference to improve every single game, to get better, to build confidence, to get them to believe, like all of these things. And when you don't hardly know anything about your team, which is what the situation I was in when we were creating the schedule and having to finalize it, I wanted to ensure that we had the most chance for success. We had the most chance for our team to get comfortable playing together, to build some confidence before we reach Big 12 play. And yeah, obviously not playing on the road is somewhat of a concern, but when you look at our roster and when you look at the players on our team, we have people that have played on the road for 2, 3, 4 years of their career. This isn't a team full of freshmen that don't have any experience playing on the road. So, you know, I'll be able to get a better grasp on that the first time we head out. But it's not a team that's never experienced road environments. So I'm confident in our ability to handle those.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.